Escape Room 2 Tournament of Champions. This is the sequel to the 2019 Escape Room. This is directed by Adam Robitel, which stars Taylor Russell, Logan Miller, Holland Roden, and in the sequel to Escape Room is basically the same as the first movie. 6 people unwittingly find themselves locked in another series of escape rooms, slowly uncovering what they have in common to survive, and discovering that they've all played the game before. Except, compared to the first movie. Let's just get into it. When it comes to Escape Room Tournament of Champions, I was not looking forward to this when it was initially announced to come out last year. I thought there was no need for it, but the first movie made money, and then this movie got pushed again multiple times until July. And I'm somebody, I didn't hate the first Escape Room. I actually enjoyed the first Escape Room for what it was. It has issues with the last 20 minutes being a sequel bait ending, but I enjoyed Escape Room for what it was. It was entertaining. Yes, it is a PG-13 version of Saw, but I enjoyed it. It was trying to do something entertaining while not trying to take itself too seriously. Sequel, however, not so much. I'm not going to yell, I'm not going to scream because this movie wasn't good. I'm just going to flat out say it. I did not care for Escape Room Tournament of Champions. In fact, this is one of my least favorite movies of the year. And this is coming from somebody who has been enjoying a lot of scary movies this year. Scary movies this year has been very good. We had A Quiet Place 2 in May, which was amazing. We had Spiral from the Book of Saw, which I thought was a very good Saw movie, despite its issues. I really liked Psycho Gorman, which was recommended to me by a friend on Twitter named GBomb6. Also, the Fear Street trilogy, I love. I love all 3 of the R. Fear trilogy movies. And I also really enjoyed Old by M. Night Shyamalan. I've watched that movie twice, and I enjoy it. And also, The Night House was also very good. Which is why it kind of pains me to say that this was easily a big letdown. Because there is a good idea in here, just like the last movie. But compared to the original, however, this is a huge step. First off, I'll say the things that I like in this movie, because there is some good in this movie. One, I do think the director, he had a vision for what he wanted to do with the sequel. Even if the movie is good or bad, a director always has a vision, and I will say that he brought his vision to life. He did what he could with what he was given. It wasn't some of the effort doesn't really pay off, but I'm not gonna blame this completely on him, because he's only the director. He's only trying. There's only so much he can bring to this sinking boat of a movie. Also, I will say the performances for them are very good. Yeah, Taylor Russell, Logan Miller. I'm sorry, I said Taylor Logan. Taylor Russell, Logan Miller, Deborah Ann Woll coming back somehow. You also have India Moore, Holland Roden, Thomas Conqueror, and Carlito Rivera. And also, initially, Isabel Furman was going to be in this movie, but she's nowhere to be found in the movie. I will say the performances, despite the characters not having that much development to them, the performances I thought were very good. Also, I do like the elaborate puzzle pieces. The elaborate puzzle pieces are fun, very exciting, and the escape room traps are very entertaining. Except there is one big problem with it, and that is the PG-13. It does hold it back from reaching its full potential, and this would have easily benefited from a rated R. That way you get more bloody and violent with the traps. Not on the level of soft bloody and violent, just bloody enough to where they have some balls. But I did enjoy the elaborate puzzle pieces, and from the technical aspects, the cinematography standpoint, and the music is very good. And the movie is only an hour and 28 minutes long, so it's an easy breeze. I'm not going to say I was bored. What does hurt this movie though is the main three things that does plague the first movie. Once again, you have the underdeveloped characters. The actors are being good in their roles, they're giving good performances, they're trying. But I just felt like the characters are just so paperly thin written. It doesn't help that the characters in the first movie weren't the greatest either. So easily just saying right now that the characters in the movie were not very well done. These aren't the worst characters I've seen. The characters in this movie are not very interesting. I couldn't connect to them except for the main two. Also, not to mention, this movie is overcomplicated with exposition. I don't have a problem with exposition and moments of setting things up, but it just does it in a way where it's overly complicated, overly convoluted, and it felt like the writers were writing themselves into a draft one scenario. It wasn't very thought out, it wasn't very creative, and it wasn't very special at all, which I thought was just not very creative, not very scary, and not very entertaining to watch. Because the exposition and the explanation for some of the retconning is bullcrap, seriously. Which this leads me into the third negative, and I don't have a problem with this, but I'm kind of sick of this trend where we have to completely retcon everything the last movie does, or a series of movies. You did this with Halloween 2018, and it just completely retcons its predecessors. It's like that whole win, that whole victory you had in the first movie, nope, you're getting put right back in there. I'm like, why would you do this? This is not creative, this is not entertaining. And it just bothers me. This is exactly why I said this should not even exist. You would think with the second movie they will expand this idea and the controlling corporation that's behind all this. But unfortunately, this is just rushed, frantic, cookie cutter mess with very little. Look, it's just not very entertaining to watch. Like, seriously, I found myself sitting there a little bored watching this. I was not enjoying this. I was not having a good time with the movie. And just by that, I'm sitting there like, no, this is not cool. This is not interesting. And it just does complete 180. Not to mention, once again, the PG-13 hurts both of these escape room movies. Like I said, this could easily benefit from a rated R, and you could easily be bloody as you want. It's called escape room. You can't pussify a freaking escape room situations. And not only that, it just goes, granted, I didn't fall asleep, I wasn't overly offended, but at the same time, I'm like, no, this is not, come on man, come on bro. At the end of the day, I have nothing else more to say about Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Compared to the original, this is a huge disappointment. Easily one of the worst movies of the year. My friend on YouTube said this wasn't going to be good, and I absolutely kind of agree with him, because this is not a very good movie. Aside from some decent acting and some entertaining traps, this is not as interesting as it should have been, not as violent as it should have been. It completely retcons everything the first movie set up. It's overly complicated with exposition. The characters are under development, and this is just a very unpleasant watch. If you're a fan of the first escape room, I think you will enjoy it more than me, because there's always that one person who enjoys a movie more than me. But I didn't really like Escape Room Tournament Champions. There's some things in here I do like. If you're a fan of Escape Room, you go in and form your own opinion, because that's why I say with every movie, form your own opinion. If you like Escape Room Tournament of Champions, that's completely fine. I will not take that away from you. You are allowed to go into any movie, good or bad, and judge your own opinion. That's all I can say. But at the end of the day, Escape Room Tournament Champions could have been better. But if there's a third one, I will see it and be open-minded about it. But at the end of the day, I will say you can wait to rent this at Redbox. So that was my little thoughts on Escape Room Tournament Champions. If you like this review, comment down below. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Or just somewhere in the middle? Be sure to like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to comment in the comment section. Be sure to share this video. Also subscribe to the channel, because it does help with the algorithm and it does help the channel grow. All our social media links are in the description box down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.